sure would be hoping to get something similar happening to them this time around. But let's see if we can get this game done to its completed end game. And number 1 of the day is in the sky, in the starting phases, and looks to me like Avangard will be the first team out with Maxisaur. That is amazing days for him.
Oh yes, Avangard will be happy with that. They're going to go to their usual spot, so this is a nice easy one for them to take control of. MYM again will most likely wait down and go towards the end. We'll probably see Besiktas in Impala, so it should be just a kind of pretty standard drop to start things off with it.
I mean, we are 13 games into the group, so they for sure have figured out how things are going to be. And I mean, in the case that teams will do hot dropping or anything of the sort, it won't be, I mean, it wouldn't make any sense to do it in the middle of the tournament. Maybe coming on to next week, or I guess the week after next week, where they'll be playing again. That's where you can start saying something didn't work. We need to rattle the group up, change things up a little. That could set people off, because right now they're in the comfort zone, at least looting wise. No one's really contesting anything. And if you're coming into 2 weeks from now, in week 3 when they're playing again, if you start doing things completely different to what you've done in this week, then maybe that'll scare people off.
Yeah, and that's it, right? Where we said about how many kill-heavy games we could have potentially have here. Some teams may literally go in for the kill like that.
Yeah, very much could be circle pups, and no more southwest for us. We're going to go to an area where I believe we've had probably a good 80% of our games on Miramar. Everything seems to be up in this area, yeah.
I'd agree with that. 70, 80%, 100%. And again, Besiktas, Impala, it continues to be the spot which they always drop it regardless, but the circles have definitely been going in their favor here. They've always managed to try and get this position where they go on the hillside, they can see down the compounds on the lower ground, and they can try and fight from that. That's where we saw them get almost back-to-back wins.
Yeah, very much so. Jupsik, quick math, getting himself through up. They were in a bit of a dire situation last game as well, sitting in the pit down there. And that's the issue, right? That's the issue with this map, because sure, you can get the compounds, and we know that quick math like to chill around in these nice houses. But on on a Rankle, the benefit of having a house is you can go up to that second floor. People can't see you because you have the height advantages. Here, sure, you're on second floor, but there's a mountain right behind you. Believe me, they're going to see you through those windows. So it's way, way different to do compound plays in Miramar as opposed to on a Rankle.
Yeah, true mountain to climb in every sense of the word. Avangard, though, ones who always seem to be climbing down the mountain. We see them once again, they've gone up towards the north. They are in their usual position, but this rotation will not be hard for them at all.
Not at all.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow decide to wait until the blue zone comes in and go for it, because we know they love to just do that. They like to be making sure that everyone else is evacuated before they go through.
I mean, they will have tons of room to rotate around the northern side, but a team that's going to have to figure how they want to do things is going to be reciprocity. I would assume to see them go up towards the graveyard area to get a center position, but they know for a fact that they have sweaty nerds on their western side, or northwestern side that is, up in power grid. And also, as we see right here, Unity is just on their east, so it's gonna be a tough way out. They really have to figure, like, this is kind of up to Scoom as the sort of, not the brain, because they're all smart guys, but the guy planning things to figure when do these teams normally rotate out, and when is our loop, when is our gap to go.
Yeah, it's that leadership aspect of it, right? He's got to use all of his entire wisdom from playing this game from the start to bring himself into a position where he can help his team step it up. And I'm not just talking about frags, I'm talking about the understanding of what's going on around him at all times. And this is what we haven't really seen from this team. And people may think, oh yeah, you're being overcritical, but these teams, we've seen them play better than this. We know what they can actually do when it comes down to it. And okay, yes, there is a section of RNG in there where things just don't go your way, but we're now going to be at the end of this week 16 games out of it, and if Reciprocity can't get at least some better performances out of it, I'm going to really start to worry about these guys.
I mean, we can put it this way. The gap from first to last is so big now that if you don't come off strong on today, you will only have, another X amount of games remaining to play. So, 8 games remaining to play. And sure, you can get points to get back, but meanwhile, those people above you will also get points. So it's going to be, it's going to be tough. So yeah, for sure, today is going to be not the make or break. There you can still have impressive bottom 8 games, but you really want to start accumulating points now, that's for sure.
A little bit of this driving and wait around. The team's a little bit split up. They're beginning to group themselves together.
Don't think Drone has a car.
Ah.
Just making the
He's
run
like,
down.
Someone come pick me up. Come help me out here.
You see, reciprocity, they did go up to Graveyard as predicted. Perfect analysis skills coming in there. No, just but they have a good center spot there. They have a really smart spot. They can play around, they can scout around, and they can look to go further forward. The only thing for them is going to be, you see Coltamenta up there on the hillside. He has a mini in him. You know, he's a very, very gifted guy with that DMR. If he starts shooting down towards them, who knows, maybe they're running around looting in the open, playing a bit too uncareful. That could be issues coming in early.
Yeah, that's one of the things, right? You feel a little bit of a false sense of security on some of these positions, and you go, I'll be fine, and then he'll be able to tap you down before you've even been able to react.
Exactly. PEL Contenders making them move on up, not stopping at the same compound they were at yesterday, actually continuing further up north. Then also here we see Shesky went down really, really early in that rotation last game in the first one of those. Hopefully for him, he'll be able to stay put for a little while longer. Shots are being fired towards him though. I mean, he's already taking damage.
Yeah, damage coming his way, but he might be able to get away quite nicely. He jumps out of the car. He's going to go ahead and try and take some shots back. He's got a little bit of a potential chance if his teammates come swinging and helping him out real soon.
Look at the pull-up. Look at the pull-up. They're all driving. They know there's just one guy. They know they stopped him, and he's going to be out. He needs to pull off a hero play if he wants to do anything here. 1 versus 4. They're all going around on the southern side. You can see them. They want to get the high ground. They want to get the better angle, and he only has a 2x on his M24.
I don't know what he's going to be able to do here. This would be huge if he can pull it off. He is really stuck down, pinned behind the rock at the moment. Tries to drop out the smoke to give him some cover, but getting out of it is going to be difficult. Amaris is coming to give him some backup, but I said they need to react fast on this. It's far too slow from his teammates if they want to try and help him out here. And looking for team, or even shooting onto his teammates before they've got into this. Venconus, once again, just everything they try, everything they do hasn't been working out here. And he's taking further damage.
Oh, this is the same thing as we saw earlier today in the previous game, because Test 33, and they're in a good spot further north. We just had Shesky getting caught off guard, and now you see Amaros. He says, you know what, buddy? There's nothing I can do for you down here. We need to prioritize the good position over helping out one teammate with the chance of all of us going down. So Shesky, you're on your own 1v4. Good luck, buddy. You're going to need it.
He certainly is going to need it. He pokes out now just at the right time. No one's quite coming up towards him. The nades are coming out from the other side, though. He is aware of it. Just about managed to avoid it. The shot's fired onto him, and he is really done for here. They are still being very good looking for team. They're having a complete understanding of what's going on and the potential that the rest of the team could come out to help him out, but this isn't going to work out. The spray's coming in. Loggybuff does manage to tag him up, but can't knock him down just yet. This should be an easy finisher shot. He's just wasting a lot of their time, and there we go. Metralius, he does get it done. Looking for team will go in for the finish, and they really didn't have to waste too much time with that. They kept the whole team up, and it's the actual Venconus that had to just back away and let him go out and die.
Really, really unfortunate. Had a chance to get a remake off of that first rotation death. Now it happens once again. Hopefully he can sort of pull himself back up and get even better performances coming into the final 3 games of the week.
Avangar. They've done it. They've rotated before the circle came in.
In all honesty, they had like 300 meters there.
It happened,
and they couldn't. I mean, they couldn't go further north. You know, they were so far north as they could be. They could not rotate further north.
I'm just happy they didn't. I almost expected them at this point just to sit there and wait for it to happen.
They're inside the circles, sure, but they're still doing the same thing. They're by no means trying to get a center position.
No.
Everyone else they're saying, you know what, not gonna happen. We're gonna stay up here. If we get the circle towards us, sure, then we can consider going in. But right now, we're gonna chill. We're gonna wait up here, and if the circle goes south, then again, they're going to be starting to play on the edge.
Yeah. I got to meme Avangar a little bit, right? Because they have spent more time in the blue than anyone else, and yet they're still in second place and absolutely crushing it.
And that's the thing, right? They're a team, they're not at all afraid of playing on the edge.
No.
They will take those fights when they get a chance to. Hogstar now caught down by his vehicle. Fortunately, I was going to say, all wheels are on it, and he can just reverse, get down the hill. You have all of Besiktas shooting at you, Hogstar. How are you alive? But actually, it's going to be Savage. Nice hero play coming in, helping out his teammate in trouble. Ultra goes down. Oh, Tommel would wish he would hit those shots.
Yeah, very low as well. Tommel could have done it probably with 1-2 more extra bullets, but it's not going to happen. Z-Star's trying to help Aeon as well. And Elgig, they're quite confident to challenge this now. They've got their teammate back with them.
Yep. Kind of caught off in the low position here. And it's up for Besiktas to figure, do we really want to push on this or do we not? Because they are inside the circle. We've seen it. It's shifted northeast up towards El Azahar. It's a really, really rough area to play around with the valleys and such, just like we saw on the southern circle in the previous game. We have the Death Valley row up towards El Azahar as well, splitting up El Azahar towards Hacienda. And nobody, believe me, nobody wants to be up there. And then Avangar, we're inside the circle once again.
Avangar changing up the game. Avangar, is this the same team? Let's see what happens for the rest of the game with them. Either way, they are playing it smart, though.
Yeah.
They've not had to have any contests just yet. They've not had to go in with any engagements. It's actually going to be interesting to see what will be the first team they go in for, because there's quite a few teams now coming around them, but actually they've got to be aware from all sides.
Avangar might, honestly, I know it's their playstyle to sit on the edge, but right now they actually had a chance. I mean, if you're rotating now anyway, go in, get a good position. Sure, they can't see what we see, but they have a chance to make a play. There you go, fake, great headshot coming in onto Lux. Damage being done once again. The guys in Besiktas are under fire. They are the kings of Miramar right now. Everyone's trying to steal that throne.
Yeah, that throne is looking very, very sketchy. They had a rough set of games on Miramar yesterday. Yes, they had the back-to-back wins when we did see them on the previous, but this time around they went out straight away before we had this rematch. Luckily, the rematch comes in, and they're not too far away from being one of the first teams going out here either. Thingwin, though, and Team Unity's M1 and Unity jumping onto Team Kebabs. They're giving them a run for their money. Savage has been knocked, though, by Unique, which means Elgig also have to be very cautious, and this is where the third partying starts to begin. Tizzarin's going to push in. He's going to see if he can find the knocked player and finish him off. His teammates are nowhere close to try and help him out, and Tizzarin will get the kill.
Tried to put off a 2-2 split in. The idea is good enough in the third circle, you can do this, but when it's this area of the map, it's so hard to play around. People will contest you, and that's what we talked about. Yesterday, people weren't really daring to do these center pushes if they saw people there already. Now, is it just two players? You know what, let's go try and get the kills. Unity did just that, and they got 2 kills off of it, 2 points, and stayed alive with all 4 players.
Yeah, Unity now have that combat. You can see him shooting up towards MYM, so there'll be a little bit of a battle going on there. Look at how this circle's being played out. Wizards are coming through right up behind Sweaty Nerds. They're literally going to bypass each other just a little bit here. Could this be a chance for Sweaty Nerds to kind of take them down early on? You also saw at the bottom right-hand side of your screen the team of Reciprocity making their way up, going for a very different approach to what we've seen.
Very much so. Very, very, very much so. Trying to make that safe rotation coming in from the southern side. Machipov is doing the same thing. Wizards here on your screens, trying to see if they can get in from the north. They did manage to, they kind of forced themselves to turn around. They saw that they had Sweaty Nerds up in front of them. They would beat them to the center of the circle. They could just stop, turn around, start shooting. So Wizards did the wise thing, turn around, get in elsewhere.
Yeah, you can't blame them for that whatsoever.
No, smart play, smart play.
The Wizards are going to be chasing themselves in. They won't meet any other teams coming this way either, so they can buy themselves a little bit of time. But it's just going to be this long haul of waiting to see what happens. There's about 4 different fights going on. One towards the north, one on the south, and then one very central.
You say fights, but it's what we see here. I mean, Jupsik, he has no... I mean, sure, he wants to get the finish offs, but right now, that's what we're talking about. They're doing the damage, trying to see if they can do... set themselves up for some better fights later. But now, look at this circle. I talked about the Death Valley between El Zahar and Hacienda. It's right down where Mr. Unseen is sitting. This road, the curves on each side, the gutters are so deep, and it's so steep on both sides as well. Nobody wants to go down there, and having to cross over is like crossing a river.
Question is, who's going to make the first move, right? Like you were saying there, fights may have been the wrong word for it, but they are taking the pot shots. They are trying to apply the pressure, make sure their presence is known and say, hey, look, you come this way, you're going to be met with a full force, a full squad to try and shut you down. And that's where we're getting to. It's that point where over the next circle and a half that we will see those fights start to unravel.
We've only lost 4 players so far, so for sure there are not going to be enough room for everyone in here. We see Reciprocity in a far eastern rotation. One of the, I guess you could say, liquid rotations from when Skoom was in on that team. They would like to do this if the circle shifted away from them. Take the wide rotation instead. They have the room to do so here as well. So smart choice by them, but now Unique shooting a lot around them, and they have Elkigant and above, so I'm not sure they know of their position though.
Oh, this could be interesting. They got to be oh so cautious here. Elgig's certainly looking around. Z-Star's having a little poke. It's all going to come down to timing. Yeah, he could have seen him then.
The 2 players up here. Hoekstra is holding the other side, and Deeks is kind of far from the compound. They need him to come up and help, but they have an idea. I mean, they heard the shots fired, and they roll. There you go. One base spotted. Stars has the angle. He has the M24 as well. Now it's just up to them popping the heads off.
You can see him expend a little bit of those grenades out just to say if anyone's up close range, you might be able to take some extra damage there, but they don't need to engage in this straight away. They need to have a good look around them. But Z-Stars, he's looking to continue this on. He's looking to do some further damage. Standins found Metrelius and actually got the finish off onto him. Nice start from Unique to see what else they can get done here. Ubica, though, he's got shots raining in towards him, and he's just ducking and diving, bobbing and weaving, trying to keep himself up.
Trying to make the run back down. Nubika wants to get into safety before he starts healing up. He doesn't know exactly where all these people are coming from. You see how split up the Elgiganten team is. Smart play, use all that terrain to your advantage. But of course, if you do get a player knocked, it's going to take that much longer for your teammates to come on over and help.
More unique though. So many different directions, and they're just like, we thought we were only having one fight, now there's three. Reciprocity, you've gone all the way around those. You look at Shiv's position. This has been huge from them. This is the first time we've probably seen a really big rotation like this, but even then, they're still being shot at.
Yeah, they're having a hard time, but in the circle, indeed, they will get Shiv. At least is sitting in here already. Rita trying to see if she can get a better angle onto her opponents on the other side of the road. They are sitting a 2-2 split on each side. It's pretty smart. Maybe they're sitting and waiting for teams to come rotating in on vehicles as well.
Yeah, we need a home. Coming away with that last Miramar game win yesterday, but looking to do another win on the board here today. They've got nice positions to see if anyone's going to try and trawl through them. And actually, that circle, Avangard are pretty much in the center. They are living the dream right now. Besiktas, this is the same mountain of where they managed to kind of hold on to that big win that kicked off things for Besiktas. But this time around, I think they might struggle to be able to take control of it, especially where the other teams are currently positioned.
You saw it on your map right there. Everybody on the southern side there just saying, full speed ahead. We need to get across this road and we need to get over it now. It's a deadly place to be stuck and everyone is sending it as best as they can. Drainies, though, forced into a fight with Desperado. We see Unity here as well shooting. Finquin is on the run as we talk, but it's going to be unique. Taking down pretty much the majority of Desperado. I believe it's only Coldamenta remaining.
Not ideal at all here for Desperados. Unity, they've bunkered themselves in. They're taking all these fights towards MYM, but they need to be very cautious. Benkonis are on their way around and might try to challenge this a little bit. Test comes in, shooting away there. Can't get the damage done. Nearly gets the knockoff, but he just can't seem to hit all the shots. He needs his teammates to back him up, but they're just a little bit too far around. They're walking on the other side of the corner. The nades come in. Blaston goes down. Benkonis looking to try and shut down the team of Unity, who have looked so strong throughout, but they're not down and out just yet.
Trying to come around and get the heal up, but now the cavalry arrives from Miramar and Amorous. They're coming in. Nice shot connected onto Orange. No, gets the flush shot towards him as well. It's a double kill coming in from Tisserine. Goes down to Amorous as well, and now it's just one player remaining. Dashes tries to hold the angle. Ooh, shots missed through the smoke there by Miramar. Trying to stay put, and meanwhile, Desperado and Nick still squaring off on the northern side, looking for team taken down as well. There's just chaos on end happening right now.
Yeah, Elgin get the elimination onto him. Desperados, they've annihilated Team Unique while still being up, so there's two players of Desperados still alive, at least for now. And somehow Venkonis is still able to do this. It's now turned into a 1v1. Can Amorous save the day? No, he can't. The rest of his team are being finished off, so it's now into this little 1v1. How is Amorous going to try and play this? He's got the position, but it's completely known.
Does he hear Dastage? Does he hear him? At least Dastage, he knows where Amorous is. He hears him run off there. And this is what we were talking about just before. There were still 60 people alive coming into the circle. There's simply not enough room for everyone. We have 3 separate 4v4 fights happening at the same time. Now Besiktas getting in the action with Avangard as well. We see Wizards on your screen down here trying to hold off the guys from Quick Math. It's a very chaotic situation, and it's only going to get worse as the circle comes to a close.
And now the circle really does start to hurt, really starts to tick away. They can only hang around there for oh so long. Amorous, he knows he's going to have to try and do something here. He's repositioned himself. Those might give him a good chance, but he's got to find Dashtish now. And if he can get this kill, he would have eliminated Team Unity, and that's exactly what happens. Venkonis finally getting themselves up on the board. That's a good few kills, but he's only now on his own. Amorous has got a really tough decision to make. How is he going to play this one?
Look at this very tricky position for Meteor Magus. They aren't inside the circle just yet, and once they get in, you see both the Insolenzo and Quick Math fight with Wizards is right next to them. So the winners of this won't be safe at all. Siphon trying to get the res up to Andy, should be able to do so as well, but nades are starting to rain on in.
Yeah, those nades, constant aggression from him. Penguin managing to find it as well, on top of getting the headshots in there. Let's see what Sweaty Nerves can do with the resing at the time. These nades, they're just constant. Everywhere they time, they're like, oh, yep, we've got a bit of safety now. They're not going to fire another nade, and then a second one comes in. Zyphon just about manages to get himself back up to full health in time, and now he's got to start to continue to make this work. But this circle has benefited Avangard once again. Besiktas are in it as well. They have been trying to challenge Avangard a little bit, but the full team of Avangard still up and still in play. They are living the dream right now.
You said from last game that Avangard would be sad that they didn't get to play that game. I think they're pretty satisfied with this one instead.
Double fail favorites here, I think, on Miramar.
Yeah, Fake goes down. We saw Amorous go down just before as well. Drove to the only spot he shouldn't have gone to, but of course, hard to know when you do not see as much as we do right here. Wizards still sharing the compound with Quickmath. None of them really wanting to take a fight. You see Insolenzo, he wants to get the angle, but Wizards really not giving him any bones to eat. See what I did there?
I like it. I'll take it. T-Bone's now got to play this smart. He's got to play this really well. He knows the pressure is being put off towards him. Quickmath with only 2 players. Old Dice is spotting him out. Ever so close there. Doesn't want to be fired back onto himself, though.
Oh, that's,
that's an easy one. 51 for him. Won't get the down just yet, but any extra damage is the way to get it done. The way to keep them at bay and the way to make them spend some of them meds.
Mensa does go down in the end. Desperado in for a bit too much. They're trying to fight multiple teams, and in the end, they would go down. Unseen now, I believe, last remaining player from Kebabs taking the vehicle and trying to make the runoff. And now, once again, this is no longer a 2-team compound. We're down to 3 because Sweaty Nerds have made their presence known as well.
Oh yes, Sweaty Nerds coming into the action. Looking to try and get some damage done here. You can see Mr. Unseen. He's being lit up once again. That car is under heavy fire. He's trying to avoid it blowing up near him. He's got 27 health to work with. Less than ideal for him, and he will be finished off, as is his teammate Sheesh. The Kebabs are eliminated, and they only make 11th place.
Fortunate for them, they did get some good shots fired earlier in the game, but in the end, out they would go. Flowey trying to see if he can get himself a good spot from his position. Not quite able to do so. They're taking fire from a lot of angles, too. You see Flowey running back down the hill. Him and Finquin, they need to make their way around, but they're pretty much backtracking El Giganten. So if they turn around, still 4 guys alive with a good position in the circle, they could do some damage.
And we can see as well up on MYM, VSS, he's got that beautiful VSS working for him, right? He loves to be the deadly assassin. He wants to be there saying, hey, look, I'm going to take shots at you all day long and you're never going to know where I am. Sweaty Nerves, though, they have gone down while we were just talking. Only 9 teams remain, not far away from the points just yet. And MYM are looking to engage very soon if they can try and get round into this. They're just on the edge. Elgig's right behind them. They know exactly what's going on, but that's a nice nade from Diggs.
And look at this circle. Pretty much the entire eastern half of this is completely open. El Giganten in so much trouble now. Nades are coming in from all sides, and down they go. In a matter of seconds, Swarm completely annihilating them with a little help from El Giganten and Meteor Megas. El Giganten go down and out in 8th place.
Elgig were thinking, hey, look, we can take down MYM, but in the end, it doesn't even matter because the nades came from both sides and they were completely locked in. No matter how many smokes they had, it wasn't going to work. Now, Finguin does have to be cautious. He overpeaked just a little bit there, takes some extra damage towards him, and this is where it's getting really dicey because everyone's so far out in the open, and it's the teams who have got just a little compound or a shed like Lux right now that you can try and work something in here because you can be the distraction, you can be the thorn in their side, and you can also potentially do some damage from afar.
Very much so. Jumping around, trying to get the info for his teammates. But you see the 2 remaining Besiktas player there have got the hands full with all of Swarm on the other side. T-Bone getting himself 1 more knock onto Flurry. Only 1 remaining player, I believe, on his feet. So Roopsy all by himself. And on his feet is so much set. He's proning down on his chest. No rest is coming in for his teammates. He knows he has opponents right around him. And there's not a whole lot he can do to try and get them back up. Besiktas, though, on the eastern side, trying to hold off Swarm as the circle's coming closing in.
MYM Intense goes down and gets finished off, which means he's going to be out of play for now. MYM, they did have that final game, the 3rd game win of yesterday, to be fair, and they'll be looking to see if they can do another one here.
See, Reciprocity making their presence known in the East as well. They could be in for a very good game. They have lost Ravi, but 3 guys alive still on their team could be a good one. Trying to push around the eastern side and maybe a potential flank position coming in. And then you have Avangard sitting once again. Dead center. I don't even know if they have any kills so far, but they're chilling their ways away. But Meteor Megas Roopsy gets that one, gets down the second as well. What a hell of a play with the Mini 14 coming in from him.
Oh, the Mini is the dream right now. Rubsy doing so much work there, being able to try and finish off the Wizards players. Simsy's going to be in the mix as well, finishing off the Swarm. And Lux, oh no! He stood around there for too long. That shed is only good for ever so little time. More nades coming out, though, over towards the Reciprocity players.
Swarm had a good thing going for them, but in the end, they would be the ones to get swarmed. Reciprocity came in, they got themselves the knock, they got the finish off, and back down they go now. Circle is still closing on in a knock. They're sitting dead center alongside these remaining teammates from Avangard. Only 2 kills so far, but that's the thing. You're sitting dead center, everyone is fighting on the edge, and now finally, Avangard can start showing us what they're good at, and that is popping off heads. Asperman gets the first one, and Lipson could be the one in damage next.
Asverin just got tagged up by Shiv, and he's like, where the hell's that from?
Where's
he's
that
like,
from?
I was looking at the We Need a Home team. Where are they gone? Lipsin's the only one that's up for them at the moment. Rita Lel has been knocked down. She's now hiding around in the smoke. Oh, she could just be seen. Asverin's not going to go for it. Is it? Yes, he does. They need the extra kills. 3 in total for the Avangard team. And this is where they can start to use their position and start to control things a little bit better here. Lipsin, what can he do here? It's only basically him versus Asverin as the rest of Avangard a little bit further away. And 10 kills now for MYM as that nade is beautiful from Lipsin. Literally lands on top of him, and he's probably going to be finished off. There's not too much cover behind that tree.
Maybe a bit too a greedy angle for him to sit out there and hold. He got it working in the end, but unfortunately does go down as well. Got himself 2 kills off of it, but should probably have fell back or ran back towards his safety of the compound a little earlier. Unfortunately for him, but still 3 players alive for Avangard. Lipsin does manage to get back up Smash base, so there will be 2 players remaining at least for the time being. And then you have Eris. Somehow Wizards actually got out of this alive.
Yeah, Wizards. I thought they were like dead and gone.
Yeah.
Aros backed away and said, I will stay alive. I want to try and hide in the points for as long as possible. But how much time has he got left for him to play with here?
There's a player to be scared of. It's Sims. He pulled off an insane 1v4 against Unique yesterday. We know he's capable of doing insane things. And now he has a chance to do something against Flowey as well. We won't get to see it right now, though, as he's making his way back behind the rock. There you go. Tummel is going to be the second guy to come out and peek. Roopsy is the one to take shots. And oh my god, a lot of damage coming. But Snoop is saying, you know what? I'll join in on the fun here. Get me this kill. Get me some points. Avangard securing themselves kill number 4.
Reciprocity are close by to Avangard as well. Reciprocity, they have been a little bit quieter. They're hiding in there. They're playing the long game. Scream said that they were going to be able to deliver this day, and they know they need it to stack up on those points and move up the standings because it's been a rough start so far. Besiktas, though, despite only having 2 players, managed to keep themselves involved quite a long time here.
Yep, very much so. Next circle is going to show us where the end game will be for Reciprocity, probably hoping that it's going to go somewhere east. They have a compound, some hardcore out there, but Flowey now all by himself down by the vehicle down here. Sims, you should see him. He doesn't want to blow it up. Wants to conserve his ammo. That's a headshot coming in. Fortunately, there were 3 gears in play, but 1 more added to it, and that's going to be him down and out. Kill number 4 for Besiktas.
MYM going out in 6th. Okay, at some point, but Besiktas will finish him off. And now Besiktas, and we need a home just with 2 players each. 1 up for Wizards. Aros, he somehow managed to survive that crazy firefight that went on just a little while ago, while Reciprocity and Avangard on a 3v3. Now the circle has popped. It's landed perfectly for Avangard and Reciprocity. Even they can be happy with that. It's east enough for them to be in the beneficial factor of it. Now Lipsin and Smash Bay, right, from We Need a Home, they're on the hill. They've got a bit of high ground to work with here. There may be something they can play with, but they're not inside the circle, so they need to get it done now if there is any time for it.
The big question is going to be, who is going to be the team to pull up on Avangard? They will be the first line of offense, and believe me, if they do, if anyone does manage to get a knock or pull up on towards Avangard, Reciprocity will be right there to join in on the action. The call will be go, 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 go. They're basically elsewhere. Let's go in and third part of this. It could be Simsi and Tamil as they're working their way down around the northern, up around the northern side, I guess, shape, but Eris all by himself.
Yeah.
Will he be the thorn that he needs to be in order to take them down and secure top 4 spots? Spots 1. Doesn't shoot. Smart play. Oh, did he see number 2 as well? Doesn't see Simsi. The ghillie suit is coming into play.
Oh no, Aros.
Yep,
completely blindsided. He was not aware, waiting for it, thinking he can get the kill onto Tomel. Simsy, good teamwork, able to back him up, and Besiktas managed to take Aros down. Wizards are eliminated. 4 teams remain. The nades are coming out. Lipsin goes down. He eats that in a big way. Smash Bay, what can he do? Should be able to bring his teammate back up unless more nades come his way. But Avangard, they are holding on for dear life. They will not allow this position to go, and they know that this could be another win for them to, well, their first win, but another good position again to see them rank up the scores and potentially move into first place with Quick Math going out so early on.
Gotta give credit to We Need a Home as well, sitting in top 4 right now. I've had a really good game. They were in a sort of a rough position as well. We saw them on the northeastern or northwestern side earlier, and now they're still in the mix. Got the rest back up now. It's gonna be a rough position and push up forward. Unactive is gonna be the one to really do some damage here. Now, final death circle has been shown. It's dead center. It's out of all the compounds. Who will be able to take home the win here in game number 1 of day 4?
Reciprocity, they've impressed me so far in this game. They have said that they were going to bring it when it comes to this last day. They know it's needed, but is it going to be enough? Tomel now Getting further damage done onto here. We need a home. Certainly got everyone firing him here. They are just pinned down and out in the open. Avangard are going to eliminate him, and that is fast. Impressive play from Avangard, and this is where they start to shine. They're looking to do the damage now, but Reciprocity are starting to move forward. They want to find a way to potentially pick off any of the Avangard players here.
Very, very smart rotation from Reciprocity. Going even further center. They want to sit as close to that dot as possible. You do not want to have to rotate, but Simsi, once again active with that 3x. Great shots coming in from him. Shift, throwing nades left, right, and all over the place. Wants to see if he can do some damage. Tamil going down in the process. 3 guys still alive from Avangard. Make that 2 maxes, all goes down.
Yeah, Simsi in a very rough position. Knows he can't pop off the meds fully just yet. It's going to just start bandaging out in the open. Can he potentially get his teammate up, though? Can he crawl over towards him? It might be just a little bit too far, but Tommy will be able to give him some information as he starts to crouch up and can hear what's going on.
If he has to leave this building at some point soon. Snoopy throwing some smokes off as well. Simsi's all by himself. Tumblr is crawling for info. He gets taken down in the end by Snoopy. That's going to be kill number 7 for Avangard. Great game for them. But for Simsi, only 4 bandages remaining. Nades now flying straight towards his face. He almost caught that with his teeth. Fortunately, the cooking wasn't quite done correctly, so he did manage to live with the scare shift, though. Getting finished off 2v2, v1. Who is going to come out on top? This circle is only going to continue closing in.
If he was a basketball player, he would have picked it up and thrown it right back. But Avangard, they're on the hunt, and they're feeling it, going in for the kills, going in for the damage. Reciprocity versus Avangard. Haxetti needs to stay away from that circle. The damage is being done. That's going right down to the wire. Once again, Haxetti knows it's time for him to do this. 39 health for the Dream. He pokes over the edge and finishes off 1, looking for the next. Snoopy just over the other side. Pokes up, and he goes down. It's time. Reciprocity step it up. 3 kills, but they stay alive. They make it work, and they finally get